how could that buck be? So I ran right down to Jimmy.
That buck was right there.
Oh, the buck was right, and Jimmy was all upset. He says, I pulled my gun up, put it, and Jimmy's he's so quick with a scope. He said, I pulled the scope up, and there was a hunk of snow in the scope. So he said, somebody said, if you shoot right down the barrel, you'll get him. He's so close. Well, he did that, and he missed. So he is fried. He said, get back on the cut. And so, all right, I
look
got
at the
back.
buck?
And so he tells me, I don't remember if he just said it was a big buck, and that was the end of the story. So I go out and cut, come back in, cut, come back in, and in all this business, I come across a deer bed that I'm telling you, I don't know what this thing was. It was a monster. I couldn't get over the bed, sniffed it, it was stinking, it was riper than ripe. So I got back in cutting, and I couldn't believe it. There's a skidder road, a truck road in there that I come to. And I don't know why, but I remember I come over this knoll, I go down in these softwoods, and I get to this truck road, pow, 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 and I go, holy, and I mean it was close. So I got back, I ran back, I got to that knob, and I put my hat around so it wouldn't be in my way, and I got all right. No, I got to back up. No, got to back up. I was in, no, I know why I got back to that. No, I'm in that truck road, the shooting went, and all of a sudden I see this rack and deer come across the truck road. I thought, I got to get back to that knoll, spun the head around, got ready, and it's all thick, dark timber. And I'm looking, and something's telling me, he's right there, broadside. I'm looking, and all of a sudden, I can see through this real thick brush, there's a deer standing there. But my dad says, you don't see any antlers on him, do you? I'm looking, I get this. I'm scoping that deer. Oh, I know it's him. It's got to be. Look, the truck road's there. I see him cross. So I'm scoping all out, and all of a sudden, he books it. And as soon as he books it, and I didn't realize, of course, Jimmy's coming. And he's swearing a blood trooper, and here's how rattled he is. He said, what are you doing? I said, Jimmy, you just scared the buck. What do you mean I just scared the? I said, oh, he was right there. He said, well, how could he be right there? He said, I just shot at him. He tore across the truck road. I said, Jimmy, I just saw him. He was right there. So Jimmy goes back in, gets on the track. I go back out around, and you won't believe this. I'm in this clear cut, and all of a sudden it just cry. Sounded like a man. So I said, Jimmy, that was a mistake. Over here! And I'm like, it's a deer! All of a sudden, crash! Right, I couldn't believe there wasn't much in there and yet he got. So Jimmy runs over, and there was a steep bank. The deer jumped over the bank. I come out to Jimmy. I said, what happened? They went over the bank. I don't know what happened. I said, I don't see it. Now we get out, and it's a clear cut. Now, you ain't going to believe it. Jimmy's on the bank. He's looking all over. I'm over here looking off. He said, he's got to be right here. He could not have got away. So I said, all right. I'm looking all around, and it's a clear cut. There's one little spruce tree over there. Now, I got to tell you something. This buck is so rattled that he isn't running. He's walking. Now, I'll never forget. So anyway, Jimmy said, well, go over there. He's got to be here. It must be he's laying down. Well, I went over by that spruce tree, and all the time Jimmy's looking and I'm looking, he's over there doing this. He was right behind that spruce tree. I come over toward the spruce, and all of a sudden, So I said, Jimmy, he just went. So we get back on track. We keep going, and he's still walking. This deer would not run.
Did you ever get a look at the horns yourself?
Oh, yeah, I did, in that truck road. He come right across it. And of course, so then I got back to the knoll, and I could have had him if I didn't look for antlers, I could have dumped him. But anyway, I got back cutting, and this deer is going down all the time. And like I said, he's walking, wouldn't run. And finally, we got right down next to, we were pretty near to the New Hampshire line because there's a big lake, I don't know the name of it. And we run out of daylight on him. Oh, boy. What a buck. I couldn't believe it. And I'd like to know what that thing, that bed that I saw back in there when I was cutting.
Was that him? That wasn't him.
No, that was a different one.
Yeah.
And